A ansiedade tá me matando. Fica difícil ter react, quase não tem revelação de nada mais. Exato. Por isso que nem tem rolado. Olha o PS4 ligando aí. Até o barulhinho. Tava em modo de descanso e ligou. Tive nem tempo de divulgar esse react direito. Foi tão em cima assim. O caraca, é verdade, eu tenho um bagulho 5 horas. Opa, vamos lá. Aí, Fai. Fai que acabou há pouco tempo. Mais ou menos pouco tempo, né? Ai.
I wish things were different. Ellie!
Som tá legal?
Please stop.
Ah, vou aumentar um pouquinho. Tá no máximo.
To do this smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
So they just get to get away with this?
How'd you find us?
You can't stop this.
I want what you want. But not at any cost.
Já sim, verdade. Também percebi.
I really hope you make it.
Sim, ainda tá lindo.
I have to finish it.
There's a cost.
We could have killed you. Maybe you should have.
Cara, essa parte de violão já arrepia. Nossa senhora!
I'm Neil Druckmann, Vice President of Naughty Dog and the Director of The Last of Us Part 2. We're just a few weeks away from launch on June 19th, when the game will finally be in your hands. The wait has been long, and we're extremely grateful for your patience, especially now in the midst of these unprecedented and challenging times. We hope you're all taking care of yourselves and that you, your friends, and your loved ones are doing well. Because of these extraordinary circumstances, we can't be together in this final stretch and share the experience like we usually would. So today we're trying something different. Something we've never done before.
Eita.
Over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to give you an in-depth look into what awaits you in The Last of Us Part 2.
20 minutos?
Including new details about the gameplay experience and story.
Eita.
And to cap it all off, we'll be showing a never-before-seen, lengthy gameplay sequence.
Uma gameplay nunca
You'll
exibida
definitely wanna
antes,
stick
vai ser
around for
mostrada. Você vai querer ficar por aí para ver isso. 20 minutos, mano, do jogo?
I don't know what happened.
Vou tirar a legenda agora.
I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away. They were actually gonna make a cure. The only catch, it would kill her.
The Last of Us Part 2 picks up Ellie and Joel's story several years after the events of the first game. Ellie and Joel have settled in Jackson, Wyoming, amongst a thriving community of survivors. With the threats of the world kept outside the town's walls, Jackson has been able to find relative peace and even stability. Ellie is now 19, lives on her own, and has been able to forge lasting relationships within the community.
Scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate our kiss from last night?
However, this peace is short-lived. Jackson and Ellie suffer a violent and traumatizing event.
Tô dando uma divulgada aqui. Esqueci de
Ellie
fazer
sets
isso.
off back into the treacherous outside world in search of retribution
Mas tô
and justice.
por dentro aí de tudo.
Her journey will take her to new parts of the country previously unexplored in The Last of Us. The story spans multiple seasons and climates,
Daquele ponto.
from the snow-capped mountains of Jackson
Muito foda.
to the lush Pacific Northwest. Each introduces a wide range of exterior and interior environments for you to navigate and explore, rendered in meticulous detail and unprecedented scale with the latest iteration of the Naughty Dog engine. Our goal was to make these environments not only beautiful, but feel as grounded and authentic to the cities they're based on as possible. Much of the story unfolds in what remains of Seattle, a massive former quarantine zone. Its locales are incredibly diverse, spanning a dense city center with a skyline of towering high-rises to the beautiful suburbs and stormy waterfronts that surround it. The city exhibits drastic shifts in architecture, elevation, and weather. And with Part 2, we've introduced new traversal mechanics that afford greater exploration and ways to navigate threats. Ellie is not only able to climb and jump over gaps, but she can use ropes to scale vertical terrain or swing over obstacles, allowing you to discover new areas, resources, and side narratives.
Vai rolar o rapelzinho.
These more open environments also create new strategic considerations in combat, whether it's to get the jump on enemies or bypass them entirely.
Claro que ela tá muito mais rata que o primeiro. Cheia de
The
recursos
Last of
e
Us Part 2
formas de
features
explorar
some of
novas
the
áreas
largest
e tal.
environments we've ever created. Horseback riding will allow Ellie to quickly cover some of these expansive terrains.
Terrenos
Some streets
maiores,
are
você
so
vai
flooded
poder
that a boat is required to
cavalgar.
navigate them.
Navegação.
However,
Pô,
the
pela
world of The
água.
Last of Us is as lush and inviting as it is deadly. As Ellie uncovers the path to finding those who have wronged her, she must face the many threats of this unknown city. In the wake of the pandemic and the fall of the quarantine zone, Seattle has become a war zone, where two warring factions find themselves in an ongoing conflict for territory and resources. One of these groups is the Washington Liberation Front, otherwise known as the WLF. The WLF are a militia group that began as resistance to the military occupation of Seattle, and eventually wrestled control of the city from them.
Eita,
They are highly trained, organized, and well-equipped with weapons they stole from the army.
altamente
They occupy much of the
equipadas.
city, imprisoning or killing trespassers on site.
Ocuparam uma parte da cidade de Seattle e estão matando os invasores e tal.
On the other side of this bloody conflict is a group of religious zealots called the Seraphites,
Ainda tem esse
or
grupo também.
scars,
Os Scars.
defined by the self-inflicted deep cuts that they bear across their faces. Like the WLF, they're deeply tribalistic and territorial. They're known for being stealthy, using overgrowth as cover, and they use more silent weapons like bows and arrows.
Esse grupo já é mais stealth, os militares já são mais bem armados, bem melhor preparados. Esses já vão te parar com flecha, arma silenciosa, te pegar
Beyond
de
this conflict
surpresa.
among survivors, the threat that originally brought the world
Legal.
to its knees is very much present. Every human is in danger of falling victim to the infected.
Nossa, saudades, hein?
There
Olha,
are the
quem tá
recently
de
infected
volta.
runners who are more numerous and aggressive in this game. The blind but extremely deadly clickers, and the
Instaladores.
stalkers who sneak and hide until they're ready to attack, surprising their
Nossa.
victims with extreme agility and brutal violence. The Last of Us Part 2 introduces new stages of infected, such as the Shamblers,
Novos
large,
estágios de
heavily
infecção.
armored enemies that are covered in pustule. Upon getting close to you, they expel a corrosive spore cloud that burns its victims. But our
Cara,
most terrifying and lethal new forms of infected will have to wait until you play the game for yourselves.
tem uma forma mais... Olha o barulho dela. Tem uma forma mais sinistra ainda.
Overcoming these threats
Que a
will
gente vai ter que
require
esperar o
careful
jogo lançar pra
consideration of how
descobrir
you
qual é.
approach every combat encounter and how
Mais
you leverage
avançada
Ellie's unique skills,
da infecção.
equipment, and the environment to your advantage. The WLF patrol the streets of Seattle with guard dogs, which are capable of detecting and following you, even while in cover.
You think this guy's connected to the
They can pick up your scent and alert their handlers to your presence. Listen mode will reveal your scent trail, so keep moving and cause distractions to avoid detection.
They could be hiding anywhere.
25 years after the pandemic began, the world is completely overgrown. Use tall grass to hide from enemies and go prone to stay out of sight.
Vou chegar logo pouquinho
However,
mais pra cá,
this
mano.
form
Ficar na
of
frente
analog
do...
stealth means you're never fully hidden. If enemies get close enough, they can discover you, even in grass. When Ellie is overwhelmed, running away is a viable option. You can also break class or crawl through tight spaces to find new paths or
Sim.
areas to evade
O
or
negócio
take
do
on your
cachorro,
enemies.
né?
In any given combat situation, you can flee an encounter and re-establish stealth to regain the advantage. If you
Restabelecer o
absolutely
stealth
have to
pra
fight your
recuperar
way
a
out,
vantagem.
there are a variety of tools at your disposal. Ellie's more agile than most of her enemies.
Consegue
She can
desviar.
sprint and quickly dodge incoming attacks. Learning how opponents attack with different
Boa, aí
weapons
sim, hein?
and mastering the timing of your dodges will prevent you from taking damage and
Ó o combate.
create opportunities to counterattack. You can
Pode
use throwable
counterar,
items or
desviar.
well-placed shots to stun enemies
Tacar
before
tijolo
dealing a killing
correndo.
blow. Or using them as a shield to protect yourself or buy
Tiro
some
no
time to
joelho.
figure out your next move.
E usa de escudo.
Ellie isn't always alone on her journey. Allies will take part in helping you navigate the environments, spot enemies, and meaningfully help you in combat encounters.
Ajuda dos aliados em combate. Que bom, né? Aliados mais participativos no combate. Realmente te ajudam, né? Isso é bom.
Between the human survivors and the roaming infected, there will be times where multiple threats are present, creating new strategic considerations and opportunities. You can choose whether to attack these opponents separately and directly, or find ways to pit them against each other. Flee as they fight, or wait until their numbers have thinned out and engage with whomever's left.
Cara, isso tinha parte do 1 que eu conseguia fazer. Fazer os infectados se voltarem contra os outros humanos. Inimigos e tal.
Our goal is to create unparalleled tension, coupled with deep systems that give you greater control and influence over your journey.
Ela com máscara.
As you play,
Na
you'll
parte
be able to
anterior.
invest in a broad collection of crafting items, weapon, and player upgrades through training manuals scattered throughout the environment
Vai sim.
and scavenging for ingredients.
E a
These
pegada do
skills and
jogo,
upgrade
né?
manuals
Sim.
cater to a variety of playstyles, and the choices you make will create your own distinct experience. We also wanted to extend that agency and personalization to your weapons through our new workbench system.
Personalização da arma.
Scavenge for parts to modify and improve your weapon's performance and attributes, all of which are visualized and become part of your character. Survival will also require using the parts and ingredients that you'll find in the environment, which can be crafted into a wide range of defensive
Viu ali
and
no
offensive
cachorro
items,
e o
like
cara.
proximity mines, explosive arrows, pistol suppressors, and more.
Colocar silenciador na arma e tal. Vai ter coisas que você vai ter que fazer para passar de certas partes. Arco. Ó o headshot. Nossa, explodiu.
All of these gameplay systems are
Acertou,
meant
acho
to immerse you in the
que...
world and make you feel in lockstep with Ellie's emotional journey.
Ah, história.
As we've said before, this is Naughty Dog's largest, most ambitious game. It may seem like we covered a lot, but we've only scratched the surface of what it's like to play The Last of Us Part 2.
Parece que nós cobrimos muita coisa sobre o jogo,
We
mas
can't
você
wait
só
for you to
viu...
experience it all for yourself on
Só
June
parte.
19th.
Não, nem arranhou o topo, né, assim,
Until
digamos.
then,
Muito pouquinho.
here's an extended sequence of never-before-seen gameplay.
E agora sim.
Enjoy.
Sequência extensa de gameplay nunca exibida antes. Aproveitem. E aí, sem fala do diretor e tal.
find her yet?
Shit.
Escape while no one was looking. We're searching the area, just in case she's still around.
Isaac's not happy about it.
No shit.
Escape. The fuck are they talking about? Don't make a fucking sound. Hands up.
Easy. Easy.
Do you know a girl named Nora?
Sure, yeah.
Where is she?
In the hospital.
Where in the hospital?
Yeah, they're clearing out the upper floors. She's somewhere in there.
Rodou. Era um PS Vita, né? Verdade. Referências. Ali.
Boat's away. Word is we're almost wrapped up.
Good. I got my girl waiting for him for Bob.
You shit me? They put you with Joe again?
Upstairs.
Hey, we get the job done.
I bet you do.
Caraca, o Fai reconheceu até o jogo do PS Vita, mano.
I'm telling you, man.
Quer lembrar a gente que o Vita existiu.
So much easier.
Sure. I'll keep that in mind.
Fuck. Sounds like scars are getting closer.
Hope that's our guys executing those freaks.
Silenciador.
Hey, did you hear why we're all getting called up to the fob?
Nice.
I heard that Isaac wants us to retake all of downtown.
Eu quero dar uma mira dessa.
Fight to them.
No way. Not after what went down last time. Even Isaac isn't that crazy.
Ah, aquele sistema de identificar também.
That's what I heard.
Tá de volta. Que é ótimo.
All right.
Stealth kill. Será que a Ellie tá fria nesse jogo? Vai ser vista. Ah, tá. O barulhinho de quando tá sendo percebido também. Começa a tocar musiquinha, porque você foi notado. Tem cachorro. Molotov no cara e no cachorro. Nossa, mano, o cachorro ganindo. Caraca. Coitado do cachorro. Mas era isso ou... Headshot. Hip doguinho, né? Caraca. Cara, essas partes que tem que passar mais stealth eu me amarro, cara. É muito bom. Eu adorava essas partes no primeiro também. Nossa. A flecha explodiu o crânio dele, né? Rapaz, muito tenso. Né? Headshot.
Saw movement.
I'll go check it out. I got you covered.
Holy shit! Shit! Look out! Move! Over here!
Aquela smoke, né? Nossa, irado. Headshot fazendo ela de escudo, mano. No outro cara.
I found her!
Caraca, ele se taco também, mano. Que isso. Agora tomou um dano ainda leve. Tinha tomado ainda. Malandro. Que jogo. Sim, eu notei também. Esse jogo tem muito mais mulheres do que o outro. Verdade. É, ele tá brabíssimo, hein? Sangue nos olhos. Pô. Muita coisa.
That you, Nora?
Bom e velho duto de ventilação.
What the fuck was Abby here?
I'm not stupid. You're gonna tell us where she went.
When Isaac talks to us about this...
I'm getting tired of this.
Nora. Nora! I'm not going down for her, man.
Don't scream. Put that shit down. You remember me? Yeah. You remember me.
Cara, é aquela amiga dela? Caceta. Que isso, ó. Meu Deus. Parece ser 19 de junho. Tá chegando. Caraca. Pode ser. Possivelmente eles deram um downgrade pensando no PS5. Pode ser mesmo. É isso, senhoras e senhores. Caraca. Ô, louco. Quero jogar. Que isso. Tá muito bom. Terminou agora. Nossa, não sei nem o que comentar depois disso. Apenas que é uma evolução natural do primeiro jogo. É o primeiro jogo com uma história, cenários maiores e interações novas, formas de explorar novas e... História bem tensa, né, por sinal. Você tem ali dois grupos diferentes para lidar de humanos. Um mais militar, mais radical, um mais silencioso, mais stealth. Novos tipos de infecções, né? Evoluções dos instaladores que já eram terrivelmente chatos no primeiro jogo. E vai ter um pior ainda, que não foi revelado, que vai ser revelado quando o jogo for lançado. Caraca, diga aí o que vocês acharam também. Eu tô já, confesso, independente do que tenham falado sobre vazamento e tal, que não me interessa saber, honestamente, mas eu continuo bem hypado pro jogo. Acho que meu teclado tinha morrido aqui. Cadê? Ah tá, voltou.